Let's take a look at the last week in June for you with the Sky Mirror on program 1125. That's how many weeks I've served you. Coming up, well, there's a full moon June 27th at 6 Capricorn. Earth again. I'll get some of my power back. Maybe I'll even get a few chart readings from you folks out there. What's important about this week? First of all, Mars is opposing Venus Friday night, June 22nd. Yeah, if you're watching the Thursday show, it's tomorrow night. So this opposition is slow. It'll take a few days. It peaks out Friday night, and the moon kind of sets it off late Friday night, early Saturday morning. And this is Romeo and Juliet having a fight. There's going to be some squabbles about romance and sex and all of that good stuff. And the other thing is going on is that Mercury is opposing Pluto. And that's going on now too, right now. And so it's difficult. That's one of these don't tell me what to do and great difficulties communicating, falling into power trips and control things all the time. So Romeo and Juliet are squabbling. Can't use words. It's difficult. You're at a difficult time. Yes. Well, good time for me to go over hurricanes and volcanoes for you. I got a lot to tell you about. So first, let's get into the Sky Mirror. See what's happening now. Oh, look at that. There's Mars. He's drawn really big because he's slowing down to stop on the 26th of June. Yeah, it's only, 5 days from you, where if you're on a Thursday show. When Mars stops, it gets angry and hot. Mars is cool. Mars is, everybody thinks he's the warrior. Truth is, in all the ancient societies, he's the agricultural god. He does solid work. He works, with hot things and sharp things, chases the wolves off from the sheep, trims the trees, digs the weeds. Yeah, he's very strong. When he gets confused, because his real job is to protect. Think of Mars like a fireman. That's who he really is. Firemen are the best. I must have run 5,000 people through CPR and first aid classes. And I always told them, if you're in trouble, call 911. They always say, well, you want police? You want ambulance? You want fire? Always ask for fire. Even if it's somebody down with a heart attack, tell them, I want the fire department. Tell them there's a man down. They'll send, all those guys know CPR. They get there right away. The police, they don't know first aid and CPR. They'll take a while. The ambulance, same way. But Mars, he's right on time. He's your hero. Somebody breaking into your house, call the fire department. Whatever your emergency is. Yes, there's a gunfight out in front, call the fire department. The fire department will call ambulances and police and things that help they need, but they get there fast and they protect things. They're not there like a Pluto policeman to put you in jail. Nope. They're there to protect. Now, when Mars doesn't know how to protect, he gets confused. What am I protecting? Out comes the sword and you got the god of war on your hands. And he could be beating up on some girls. Yeah, as we speak here, Friday night, Saturday morning especially. So Mars is in a bad mood because he's stopping on the 26th. And he tends to go both ways, It's good if you want to go out and start a garden and, fix your house and get ready for the coming hurricanes. But if you don't know what you're protecting or how to protect, ask yourself, what am I protecting? What am I protecting? What am I protecting? After you ask that question a few times and you get it straight, it's amazing. When you discover what you're protecting, bang, the anger gone, the impatience gone. And there's a job to do, a physical job. Happens in an instant. I've had clients and I tell them, look, you're having a Mars transit coming up, in 4 days you're going to lose your temper. So I have them write down on their palm of their hand, what am I protecting? So they look at it and they start asking themselves, when your Mars gets it straight, he's not angry. He just does physical work. He does physical stuff to protect. So you will all have a little trouble with your Mars. Don't blame Venus. No, she's not the cause of Mars's difficulty. Mars's difficulty is he forgot what he's protecting. That's all. And here's Pluto opposing Mercury, trouble communicating. Anyway, the other thing that's drawn kind of large here is Neptune. Neptune stops on the June 18th. Confusion, delusion. People get very religious, or they get spiritual, or they get confused, or they drink a lot. And there's confusion and delusion. You know, that's just happened to you about 3-4 days ago. So you're still in this state. You know, you're in the state of Neptune. A religious person might say, oh, it's a state of grace. But, you know, I think Neptune is, half of him anyway, is a malefic. There's two little fish here. One of them might be Jesus. The other one, he's a pickpocket. Look out. He's confused. He's deceptive. Yeah. Once a guy from a carnival told me, the more hair covers a person's forehead, the more deceptive they are. For some reason, I meet people who just, they don't even know what reality is. They just, everything they talk about is a made-up fantasy or lie, and they believe most of them. And their forehead's covered with hair. Ha 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 ha. So you got to watch Neptune a little bit. You could go off on a trip. You could be tripping, my friends, in a delusionary dream, you know, around this time. You know, probably for a week coming up to 6/18 and a week going down, which leads you into the Mars zone and possible confusion and anger. So those are the two biggies for the week that you have coming up. Let's take a look at it day by day. We're going to run the moon around the edge here. It goes around once a month. And as the moon makes angles to these actors on the stage, these planetary bodies, it produces the mood of the times. That's what we're all feeling. Here's Thursday would be right in here, yeah? And I wrote this in because you can see Pluto opposing Mercury. You know, that's Thursday at breakfast, and between breakfast and lunch. And you'll notice that people can't talk. You wish they just shut up, don't talk. Because nothing is going to go well in the way of words with Pluto opposing Mercury. Nothing but combative stuff and a tendency to use expletives a lot. Yeah, think about, aren't you saying shit a lot on Thursday? You are. The moon's in late Libra, continues through Friday morning, still in late Libra, until, about breakfast time, it shifts into Scorpio. And then we have a nice trine to the sun. We got ambition, we got plans Friday morning. Let's get something done. Well, after you get your plans done and you've embarked on it all, there's a glitch comes from the opposition. The moon opposes Uranus. The clock was wrong. The battery failed. There's a glitch, an interruption, mainly of things that go around and electrical stuff. It's temporary because here's a nice sextile to Saturn. You got it all organized here around dinner time and after dinner on Friday. Yep. Now here's the Mars zone, late Friday night. This is actually midnight, 1 a.m. Mars comes first, and he's angry. And he's going to take it out on Venus an hour later. If you're a Venus person and you're around a Martian and he starts fuming and getting hot under the collar, just step away. Go home, walk away. Because once he's in that warrior zone, you know, it's hard for him to get out of. Mars is in Aquarius right now, a fixed sign. So once you lose your temper, it's hard to get it back. Temper? What's temper? They temper steel with heat. Anyway, lost your temper Friday night, Saturday morning. Don't take it out on the little soft people. Leave the dogs and kitties alone. Go out and do something physical. Do some work Saturday morning. Be a hero. Jupiter hits. Here's the moon going by Jupiter about lunchtime. Wisdom, natural knowing. Lightning bolts of truth start. The whole scene changed, and it's quite nice. Jupiter hits there, well, before lunch. And then here's Here's a trine to Neptune, inspired truth and wisdom. Wow. And you're talking it over here late Saturday night after dinner. Yep, here's a nice trine to Mercury. And to Pluto, we got control of our words finally. Tell people what your inspiration was. Yes. When Jesus said, "Thy will be done on earth as it is in the heaven," it's actually sky in the Aramaic. Thy will be done on earth as it is in the sky. That's what Jesus told you to say to Father. The sky. It's astrology. Jesus was trained in astrology. It's a base science of all your religions and philosophies, how nature works. We've lost it. Where the world is amnesiac right now about such things. Too bad. Hard for an astrologer to make a living, I'll tell you. Wouldn't you like some chart work done? Sunday, you're still feeling the invention and the communication skill that you had Saturday night goes through Sunday till after dinner when the moon shifts into Sagittarius right here. Then it gets a little nicer. Sunday evening. Monday morning, hey look, here's a sextile to Mars. Romeo apologizes. Venus says, oh yes, we can be friends and lovers again. So Monday is a day to make up for Romeo and Juliet. It's social. It's quite nice. Well, at least until you get to about midnight, 1 a.m. Monday, when the moon squares Neptune. Don't drink. Just be happy you made peace with somebody you love, because you'll get confused. Yeah, this is Neptune, and he's stopped on the 18th. So there could be liquid problems here. Tuesday, still a little confusing. Well, the moon's in Sagittarius. But it doesn't really change too much till you get to Wednesday and the moon shifts into Capricorn. Aha! Now Capricorn has a different feel. Cardinal Earth. You got more practical. It starts Wednesday morning with a nice trine to Uranus. Technical stuff, science, common sense, astrology works. Little brotherhood around there. It's good you have it, because Wednesday's June 27th is the day of a full moon. The full moon is at 6 degrees of Capricorn right here. It's on Saturn. You get a full moon on Saturn. It's going to be a sober month after this full moon. Yeah, pretty much covers the month of July. Some rebuilding, politics, organization. It's depends how it hits your chart. Some people will get depressed, very depressed. Other people will get organized. But the day of the full moon, Wednesday, it's not a good day to try to do a lot of stuff. I don't work on full moons. No. This one happens in the afternoon. I won't work until Thursday about noontime. Moon's still in Capricorn. Sextiles Jupiter here. Whoa. After breakfast. And around lunch and after lunch, it sextiles Neptune. So Thursday is a day of inspiration. Just the opposite of Wednesday full moon. You need a little inspiration and truth and wisdom Thursday if you get through this full moon Wednesday on Saturn without injury and serious depression. Late Thursday on the 28th, there's a moon going by Pluto. Now Mercury's dodged out of the way, and Pluto doesn't have anybody to oppose. Pluto, of course, is Pele, but she kind of stands alone here and has a nice little sextile over to Neptune, so I don't expect big problems from her here now. Well, we had that three-quarter moon June 6th. I'll get back to that. Friday, the moon's still in Capricorn. You got past your 10, 11 o'clock Pluto episode. Eek, a bug. Slightly panicky. But could be a lot worse. Could live in Guatemala with a really seriously dangerous volcano. Friday, Not bad. Moon finishes up Capricorn. After dinner, shifts into Aquarius. Makes an opposition to Mercury. Hard to communicate. Here's a square to Uranus. Glitches, communication, transportation failures. Some engine failures with airplanes and trains and cars and things that go around. This is a difficult time because Uranus has so much to do with Mercury stuff. I mean, Uranus is the electronics and the wheels that go around. So Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. Here's the media. So this could be a lot of different things here. Friday night, Saturday morning. It could be even ridiculous things because Mars is here. If Mars is overprotecting, you might get one of these, this is not a drill. So you got to watch the media a little bit. Friday night, Saturday morning. You may have power outages and stuff. I don't know why. Maybe it's too much heat. Everybody running the air conditioners. Saturday's a hot day. The moon goes by Mars after lunch. Whoosh. Whoop. Watch your temper. Ask yourself what you're protecting. Yeah, that's the name of the game. There's a square to Jupiter. No matter what it is, you're overdoing it after dinner. Doesn't mellow out much until Sunday. The moon's still in Aquarius. Here's the opposition to Venus. Poor Venus, she's been fighting with Mars. Poor Juliet, she's had her hassle with Romeo. So let's give Venus a break here, okay, on Sunday. Sweet little sister, don't worry. It's a passing matter. It'll go away.